Gentlemen, like he said, we are officially in the winners bracket grand finals, and the underdog is here, ready to play Power Moes versus the god himself, Diverse V1, aka Savior, who has just finished up his matchup against Hero Absolution in the winners bracket semis to actually move on to grand finals. Diverse hasn't had an easy bracket on the opposite end. I mean, he had to play Hippie, he's had to play Hero, he's beat them both, and has now earned his spot here immediately in the grand finals. This is going to be a best of 5 series between these two. The maps are going to rotate between Bedrock, Vault, Frontier, Rift, and the possible game 5 would be Ashes. And immediately, Savior with the disrespect, opting in for random all. Again, ladies and what are the leader bands? Did we get leader bands?
We didn't get leader bands.
Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a leader band which we'll get afterwards. We are
No leader bands.
A random all pick coming out of Diverse. You doing intros?
I can't because he didn't show his leader. So Power Moes, we've seen him pick Jerome a lot in this series, and he's done really well with Jerome, and he is choosing his typical gen first. Savior did get Pavium. Pavium really good on this map due to that chopper opener, can harass the resources and pick off quite a few Marines at the start.
Just love to see a great pick coming out of strong players like Savior, who just make it look so easy. Like you said, it's Pavium on this map. Got a rally point to challenge his power in the front here. Again, Power Moes opting in for Jerome, who's a very, very power-hungry leader in the beginning here. Savior already knows this, and he's going to press that power on Power Moes' side.
Yeah, Chopper
open for
already
double
harassing
chopper opener. Yep.
And Moes is just going to go for his standard build, Armory 5th, not picked up any mini bases yet, but look at the mine placement on the choke point to the mini base there. He's probably expecting Savior to try and steal a mini. After he takes down that Marine, one Marine dies, the second one's about to get picked off by the other chopper. Did pick up most of the power there, but that Marine is going to die.
Right, but again, this map, makes a very easy leader queue going Armory 5th along with the upgrade because of the natural resource bundles in the front like that. Savior doing a great job hunting down these Marines and challenging for the power which Jerome dearly, dearly needs there.
Yeah, this is pretty
tough.
Gen 4
build
dealing with
coming out. It was a Gen 4 build coming out of Savior, and he's now going to get positions to take some minis here. But these choppers being proactive, being very productive, hunting for the Marines. He's already taken out 2, possibly run into 2 more here.
Yeah, Savior just gathering the resources next to Moes' base to pick up that mini base. Moes did secure the back one. He might pick up the last one. He can't afford it yet. Savior has 500 blue, and he's gone for a second generator already.
He's setting the second generator down. I don't think he needs to in this position. He's already realized how far ahead he is.
Moes can't afford it.
On getting enough choppers out.
There you go. Savior picks up the mini base right in front of Moes. Moes couldn't afford it, and we're looking to see a really strong map control from Savior right now.
Mini base complete.
Jerome is out as the chopper comes to scout the main base. Should be able to pick it off. 1 harder shot, 2 harder shot. Yeah, that chopper's dead. Did get a good scout on the base, scouted everything, but pretty obvious what Jerome's going to do. Nothing too out of the ordinary from Power Moes.
Our base is under attack.
Right, and again, Savior doing a great job. He stole the mini on the opposite side. Going to buy him a lot of time. He's got a double generator down. He got a nice large map to take his time, get into T2, and deal with this Jerome unit that is now on the field. That second point online for Savior. He's going to line up his burnout here in just a second. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of a grunt spam here to start taking some nodes and get some map control going on.
Yeah, so Moes gets the Manus upgrade, immediately swaps that armory.
Your mic is unmuted, right?
Yeah, it's unmuted. Why?
Okay, good.
Scared me. I'll have to check. Yeah, it's unmuted. And a second generator is going down on the back mini base, while Moes slowly takes the mini base that was stolen. And Saviour's going to opt for an expo. He feels safe. Jerome's all the way on the other side of the map, picking out mini base, knows exactly where he is. Doesn't have to worry. Going to be picking up some power nodes early on as well. Already has double upgraded gen. Can queue up take 2. Moes is 700 power away
Yeah,
from Tech 2, so that early game from Xavier has set him back with that mini steal, bided his time, and Xavier's just going to roll into Tech 2 quite comfortably with an Expo as well.
Right, and Xavier opted in to pick up his side minis, but he grabbed the back mini. He actually canceled it and grabbed an Expo instead while taking these power nodes. So, I mean, Xavier's definitely got a plan in mind, and he's sticking to it, but he's taking advantage of a lot of this downtime that he has bought by stealing that mini. Opting for an Expos, grabbed 2 nodes, and his eco's looking fantastic.
I've been thinking about applying for ODST training.
Moes is going to
Moes
start
is doing a
pushing up.
natural flow here. Yeah, go ahead.
Moes is going to start pushing up with the leader now. Xavier picking up 3 power nodes to 1. Going to be picking off a few grunts with that Jerome leader. Just goes up the ramp to scout and see if there's an Expo there, but unfortunately for Moes, it is on the other side. Now we're going into Tech 2. He's 30 seconds out. Mastodons would be a good play on this map. If he opts in for that
Yeah, it looks like
leader.
We've lost a
Xavier's already sitting on double raid camp. He's got the armory set as well, so it looks like he's gonna invest into some counter users, probably some rangers, maybe a hunter or 2 to deal with the mantis there. That's gonna be 3rd point there for Xavier. And Moes is still a little behind here, trying to catch up on points.
Yeah, I feel like that mini steal and those early choppers really threw his build off. He was delayed getting everything out. And now he's only just really starting to get into the flow of the game. He's pushing up, he's retaking power nodes. Going to start taking engagement on these grunts. There is 2 rangers here, by the way. 3 rangers now. There's a triple raid camp on that base. Mantis drop goes down with the mines. But Xavier's focusing the mines. The ranger does sit in it, and it's going to die. And Big Bad Pav is coming down the ramp now as well.
Selecting next target.
Yeah, it's definitely
Tusui's coming out.
heavy hitter as it
Moes
is
tries
too.
splitting. Decent split. Tusui's running to 1 marine in the end. And there he goes. Follows up, takes out another 2 marines. Needs to back off from this. Oh, the Y ability from Pav goes down, slowing the Jerome leader, and the Rangers are going to start picking him off. Mantis comes back to save him. Literally black bar on that Jerome as he gets in the Mantis. Does manage to save him, and there is an air pad coming up back at home on the main base. Are you behind, or are you? Rebel?
Yeah, I'm so behind. Keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, so Moes has 4 power nodes to 0, but Xavier now has a decent Tech 2 army. Has his leader out, upgrading to Tech 2, and he has a decent chunk of Rangers. Almost picking off the Jerome. It would have been a good pick for him, but that Jerome is shortly going to get healed up by this air pad. Tech 2 now as well on the Jerome versus a Tech 2 Pavian.
Foundry constructed.
Mo's going to try and pick up his Expo. Not being scouted by Xavier. Does deny the node there. Going to be engaging the Rangers now, but all his Marines are basically going to get eaten alive by these Rangers. It's only the Mantis that can take them out. Mantis and Jerome. A lot are dying, but the Hydra shots are actually focusing the Pavian there. Now has Mastodon, so did opt for Mastodons. Going combat tech as well. Probably needs a couple of snipers and gales to accompany this army.
This enemy
Yeah,
vehicle
surprising Xavier's floating so much here. We haven't seen a 3rd generator come out, and we finally see him utilize a foundry there. He's a little behind in the power department there, and he was solely relying on those nodes that he did contest for, but a lot of counter units on the field here for him.
And Moes is just going to start building the Mastodon army. His Expo is fully built, not built on it as of yet. But snipers are rolling out now into the Mastodons, and he has the center of the map, retaking the power nodes. Keep trading hands at the moment. A lot of Rangers on that ledge for Xavier, while he upgrades his Expo and gets that counter ball out. He's dropped to burnout level 2, possibly a level 3, because they did reduce the radius, so you can't tell which one's which at the moment. And he managed to hit all 5 pads on the back there, 2 gens, 2 supply pads, so he's going to have a nice healthy eco.
We've lost a power.
Yeah, definitely. And he's just soaring into this 5th point here, which most likely going to be a Lich, and he feels like he's so far ahead. It's definitely going to be a dangerous situation for Moes, who needs to get these Nightingales online to be able to try to help counter that.
Bit of a waste of a mines there by Moes on the choke point, gets picked off instantly. Still hasn't built on that Expo, it's been up for a while now. Not what you want to be doing against a top player. Everything has to be on point when you're playing the best players in this game, and Moes isn't doing that right now. He's left his Expo unbuilt. Just gonna check out his view at the moment, see if he actually moves to his expo and notices that. But we've got a big engage going in. Salvo going down on Saviour's army there, picking off a lot of those rangers at the back. Snipers in Mastodon's doing really well against these rangers. There comes the rain of fire, but Moes can just walk out of it. There is no slow from the Pavium. One Mastodon looks like it is going to fall. There is more snipers coming in now. A lot of hunters here taking down the Mastodons. There is one Mastodon left. Pavium's down to half health. Moes can chase this, but he's actually backing off. Does finally build a supply pad on that expo, and now he starts moving forward. He could have killed a lot of the army as it was walking away, including the leader. But he didn't. He backed off. Needs to get more Mastodons.
I mean, Savior just looks so comfortable. He's grabbing a third base. He's completely transitioned to pure vehicles. Gonna start getting some shrouds and engines here online here pretty soon.
Yeah, he's got an engine coming out now. It just almost got picked off. Yeah, Combat Tech just picked it off last minute. Moes now aggressively pushing up. Sniper's putting in a lot of work. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't have enough Mastodons to put them in. Mine's going down here, focusing the Pavium. The shield's about to drop on the Pavium again. Needs some Cyclops because Saviour's going mainly Marauders now. Pavium does fall. More snipers coming in, but the snipers are pretty useless now. All the infantry's dead. Madness can deal with a lot of this these vehicles though. Another Mastodon coming in now. A couple of Cyclops. Yeah, he is starting to transition into Cyclops. Probably wants to pick up those power nodes as well. He has scouted the third base. Pavium 30 seconds out on the expo as Moes pushes up to the front door. Moes is going to start maining it. If he kills the War Council, Pavium won't be able to get out because Savior might lock Pavium in the base and Moes will never be able to kill it with what he has. 8 seconds out for this Pavium. Still hasn't built a third pad on his expo. Yeah, Pavium is about to come out. Marauders pushing this army back. Pavium can heal the base as well. There is an NG here with an NG bubble. The Y ability goes down on this army. Both play similar population. Difference is Savior has a much better eco.
Our allies are in danger.
Wouldn't surprise me if the Jerome is Vet 1 in that Mantis. He's done a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of
now upgrading his
a lot of fights. He's dropped him from 80 population down to 34 twice now.
There we go. So Moes does get out of that engagement with his leader alive. Did lose the rest of his army though. All his snipers, all his Mastodons, and whatever Cyclops he had.
I mean, Savior's just microing so well. He's been taking these engagements. He has been kind of losing them due to the leader being in the Mastodons as well. But I mean, he's taken a third base. His eco is insanely good. Got all his production buildings on the forward foot here.
He's tech free as well. He's pretty much holding right now and just ecoing in the background. And he's doing a really good job at picking off Moes' army. Moes is only at 28 pop. He's basically relying on this leader. That leader is two-shot in the Marauders there. Lich does come down on the entrance to the expo.
Vehicle 1.
Need support. Leader point earned.
Yeah, Lich coming down on the expo, and Moes is going to resign. That's going to be a 1-0 to Savior in this series.
Just like that. I mean, you could just kind of see the skill difference and the repetitions that Savior has. I mean, he opened up so well, hunted those Marines, denied the power like that, expoed while being ahead, challenged for the nodes in the center there, saw the Mantis and transitioned straight into vehicles to be able to contest that. Snowballed really fast. Power Mo's doing a great job, still challenging very well. Might be a little bit of a nerves. It's the first time in Grand Finals. It's going to be a best of 5. Game 2 is going to go down on Vault. Followed by Frontier, Rift, and then a possible Game 5 will be Ashes. Both these players are playing on PC. Armo's opting in for the mouse and keyboard as Savior is still playing with a controller while being on PC. We still didn't get bans, did we? Again, the rules are no repeat leaders. We still didn't get the bans coming out of either players. 45-minute game timer and 45-second DC rule. Powermost now switching up, opting in for Forge, another UNSC leader. And again, Savior opting in for random all. We really need those bans.
I mean, if they don't want to ban, they don't want to ban. Moes is in a rush. He said he has to go, so he's still playing this out. Forge versus Isabel. Interesting.
Both vehicle-eccentric leaders. Forge does have a better eco. But we are going to see Diverse actually opting in for Gen first. He's going to open up a Jackrabbit, so that's going to leave him open. That's going to have him susceptible to being very low in his supply department to be able to build his third pad here.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
Parmo's opening up a double supply pad and a Jackrabbit as well.
Supply pad.
It looks like Savior's really focused on grabbing a lot of yellow here.
Generator.
He has put himself in position to be able to finally build his third slot there. He's got his natural yellow. He's going to get his side bundle, but again, he went Gen first, opening up a Jackrabbit. These two Jackrabbits are going to fight off for this side bundle of yellow here.
Yeah, you just cast this on. I'm going to try and sort out what's happening with the stream.
Supply pad constructed.
Okay.
That way you're not behind.
Again, Savior went Gen first. He's picked up a mini here. He's kind of gathering some natural resources, but he is, again, he's being a little more focused on the yellow. Looks like he wants to get into T2. Pyromo's opened up a double supply pad, has now picked up a double mini and his own mini on the end there. Both players trying to secure some yellow here. As Forge and Isabel, they're both vehicle-eccentric leaders. Definitely going to be a race to get hog numbers here. Savior does know that. Like I said, he did go Gen first. And will still be able to pick up two minis on the side here. At least as long as he gets one, he should be able to get a couple of cycles in on the hogs. He's looking at 800 power here as he creeps up to T2. Whereas Forge is focused on grabbing a little bit of a map control here. Did open up Gen third. Both players did trade large bundles of yellow. Parmos contested really early on to grab Saviors, and Saviors walked his Marine all the way to the other side of the map to be able to grab Power Moses' bundle of yellow. So again, equal trades on the natural resources there. Looks like Power Moses opted in for a barracks on the forward double mini. He's gonna start opening up for Hellbringers here, and he's gonna grab both double minis. And a lot of pressure is gonna be coming out of Moes here. Just curious to see if it's gonna be on the main or to contest some of these minis. Now seeing three minis, equal minis, but the only difference is Power Moses has two double minis. He's gonna be advantageous with two extra slots. Again, he's fully investing into T1 here. No second gen coming out of either player. Savior is 10 seconds out from being in T2, and like I said, both these leaders are vehicle eccentric. They're going to want to get these hog numbers, and Savior's definitely going to want to do it before Forge does, because the leader is going to provide a lot of defensive buffs for his T2 vehicle units there.
Generator upgrade complete.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Moses decided to build Flamers and play Tech 1, to be honest. Savior's already in Tech 2 building. I think, is that a triple garage? No, it's just a double. Yeah, he's a triple garage. He's got two on the mini, one on the main. But Moes, like you said, could have just gone into Tech 2, even the hog numbers out, and had a Forge hog as well. With his army, which would have won the engagements, but now he's behind on the hog count because Savior has probably vehicle assembly level 2 pretty early on, and to get these hog numbers up pretty fast. The Flamers are going to try and deny the minis, but I mean, they can deny the minis. Savior can just take them back with the hogs.
Supply pad constructed.
Yeah, it's going to be too little too late. Again, he's got to read the matchup, especially when you're playing against a high tier player. He's going to expect the worst case scenario out of you, and that's going to be vehicles versus vehicles. So the Savior took the approach of trying to get the hog numbers as early as possible, but now seeing that his opponent is playing T1, definitely going to put him that much more ahead.
Mo's going to try and deny the mini bases with the Flamers. Looks like he's probably going to kill one with the garage on, so that's going to slow down production a little bit. Mo's just got into Tech 2. Double garage going down straight away. I don't see an armory as of yet.
If I get my hands,
better start running.
Supply pack.
Yeah, it looks like Mo's is going to pick up most of the mini bases. Savior repicks the mini base up. He just killed right in front of Moses' face. Garage is now up with the armory as well, but he's still behind Savior. Savior has about 8 hogs now, so that's an 8 hog advantage. And it's just going to get bigger.
Gonna get bigger and bigger, and again, you know, that scatter bomb is on third point, but Isabel does have a Mac blast in the pocket as well. Most definitely gotta be careful on which engagements he does take and how they
Leader
play
point
out.
earned.
Yeah, so Saviour's now splitting his hogs. He has a decent sized number, going to be harassing both of the double minis. So these are going to fall pretty quickly. And that's when Savior starts pulling his eco back. Moes has had most of the mini bases this game, and Savior actually put in a generator down on the mini base
Generator
next to
constructed.
Moes' base, or quite close to it, just off to the
Supply
right.
pad upgrade complete.
Quite bold with the
I
amount
mean,
of mini bases.
he's just this far. He's just this far ahead. So he probably feels super comfortable. He's been sitting on one gen the entire time. He's got to get a second one down. He's got to start rotating into T3 and getting some of those upgrades and possibly infantry increase as well. I mean, not infantry, population increase as well.
Yeah, and he's going to start taking most of the mini bases now. He's about to get both doubles, taking the mini base advantage, helping his eco. Meanwhile, Moes is still struggling to get hog numbers out, and they're actually moving across in small numbers, so they're susceptible to being picked off. Now we're going to get a push straight to Moes'
Generator
main
upgrade complete.
from these hogs from Saviour, and there is only one turret there. Forge Hog and the Hogs all the way off to the right, going to be able to pick off that generator over there. However, Saviour pushing up to the main base now. Has a Mac Blast in the pocket as well. He could use it on the pads, or he could use it on the reinforcements from Moes that are going to come try and defend this. Not upgrading to anti-vehicle turret yet. Scatterbomb goes down on these hogs. Saviour gets caught out a little bit there, losing a couple of hogs. The rest are weak. If Moes could defend this, kill most of these hogs, he should have a pretty decent chance at clawing back into this game. Forge Hog now back here, but great anvil around there. Catches most of Saviour's units. Hog numbers still in the favour of Saviour with a Mac Blast coming down, but only hits the Forge Hog. Doesn't even brush the shield. If Moes actually went anti-vehicle turret here, he would be doing a lot more work. These hog numbers are just dwindling now. Saviour's still with a lot of numbers here. If he can get the rams on the Forge Hog, it's going to be game over. Yeah, Moes down to 2 hogs, 1 Forge Hog. Finally upgrading to an anti-infantry turret, but he has no eco. Saviour just going to back off. Most of those was hollows anyway.
Turret upgraded.
Moes did manage to grab an expo, and he's going to go back to that generator he was harassing earlier.
Warthog ready to rock.
Cannot afford to actually build hogs right now.
Supply pad constructed.
Can we get some anti-air?
So the second Saviour sees Moes is all the way back over at that gen, he's probably going to go back into the main. Yeah, there we go, instantly. As soon as he instantly saw it, he goes straight back into the main. There is an anti-vehicle turret with full health now, though. Generator gets picked off for Saviour. So he's back on 1 generator now.
Warthog reporting for duty.
Here we go, the hogs are pushing up. Going to be harassing the anti-vehicle turret, which is down to half health.
Warthog under attack from enemy vehicles.
Supply pad constructed.
Moes desperately coming back. He did get an upgraded expo, but his base is being harassed. No turrets, so only these hogs.
Our base is under attack.
I'm curious to see what he opted in for fourth. I mean, you definitely want to get those Kodiaks, but his eco is just so shot from losing all of that map control like that, investing everything into the blue units would be the hogs.
Good anvil round goes down for Moes, but Hollow Decoy also going down. Moes doesn't have a watchtower, so he doesn't know what is real and what isn't, so he does not know what to target right now. Losing another 2 heavy supply pads as well, and Moes is going to resign. That's going to be 2-0 to Saviour.
It's be some very fast 2 games there, like both of them under 10 minutes, and the experience definitely showing for Saviour here. I don't know if Moes has got a little bit of a jitters, or if he's just questioning kind of his builds, but he definitely didn't read the leader matchup as well and opted in to play T1. Will Saviour rush T2 to get those hog numbers. It's going to take game number 2 as we move on to game number 3 here of the grand finals of the winners bracket, and that is going to go down on Rift.
Frontier, isn't it? Yeah, Frontier.
Or Frontier, sorry. Game 3? What am I looking at? Yeah, Frontier, sorry. Power was opting in for Serena. We haven't seen him play that yet. And again, Savior opting in for random all. Again, there's no repeat leaders. We didn't get any bans out of either player, so Savior will not be punished for losing a match unless he gets the same leader picked from the first 2 games here. Again, this is winners bracket grand finals. Savior versus Power Moes.
So Savior got Isabel again, so we have to restart, and Power Moes actually gets to pick Savior's leader now.
That's the rule?
That is the rule.
You messed with Savior before you started?
Yeah.
So he doesn't pick random all again. Can you explain that rule for the crowd here? That's one of the rules we haven't really gone over, as we haven't seen anybody really opt in for random all, at least on this side of the bracket.
So rather than DQing them from the game or the series, the group of us came up. The group of us came up to decide that your opponent actually gets to pick your leader.
If anybody you want to pick as leader, it really doesn't matter when it comes down to diverse, because he's definitely well versed in all of them. But it is Frontier, so you're gonna want to opt in for something that Serena's gonna do really well with. That's kind of comes.
Power Moes has chosen Shipmaster, so he wants Savior to play ship.
It's a very awkward pick for Power Moes. Shipmaster definitely not fantastic leader to opt in for Frontier, so maybe that's the thought process behind that. But either way, we're going to see Shipmaster versus Frontier.
So Savior, when I told Savior, he messaged me back saying, "Why would someone willingly want me to play Shipmaster?"
No, I Savior main Shipmaster for a couple of seasons, and that's one of his favorite leaders. And he's definitely got some muscle memory on the Frontier, but we're going to find out the results here. Again, Power Moes has got an idea in his head, and I wonder if it's going to be what he usually does on game number 3 or 4.
Alright, so picked by Moes, Savior is playing Shipmaster in the red. And Moes opting for Serena. He's going Bison first. The armory has gone down. All or nothing for Power Moes right now.
I don't know if Savior knows about this cheesy little move that Power Moes likes to do, but we'll find out in just a second. He's going to open up a double supply pad and a grunt. He's going to challenge for all of the power on the map. And this could be very dangerous for Savior if it is not scouted very early on.
And so good for Power Moes if it pulls it off.
There is a 3-minute delay, so there's no way that Savior will know that this is coming unless he gets a random early scout on this unit that's going to come rolling out. The Bison is 20 seconds out already, and we're not even a minute into the game. We're not past the 45-second mark as well, so we cannot get a repeat. So, Savior picking up his first mini in the center here, naturally grabbing some resources here. He's going to grab the power. He's going to challenge for both wings on the side, but again...
And the Bison is out. 1 minute 13 on the dot. Going to be going straight to that main base. Savior barely putting up his 4th pad, picking up 2 mini bases as well.
Fortunately, Power Moes can't afford this upgrade yet, and he really needs it to get it online. But
he's just queued it up. 23 seconds. By the time he gets to the main base, he will have it.
But the thing is here, Savior's already opted in for 2 minis, so hopefully this eco in the background can help out. The biggest issue is going to be that power. And the Bison's going to have no problem dealing with any grunts on the field, which Savior has opted in for here.
So Savior has scouted it. He immediately opts in for vehicle shielding, but he has no ghosts yet, so he's probably going to start building them on the mini bases.
Yeah, and it's going to come down to a crucial turret for Savior to kind of defend this. But seeing an armory truck this early with an upgrade is definitely going to scary sight. And Moes has already set up racks down on his 5th slot there. Definitely some aggressive gameplay coming out of Moes.
There you go, Bison at the back. It is set down. That eco for Savior is going to slow down as soon as these pads get frozen. Hitting the whole base with that aura as well. Well positioned at the back of the base. Well, there is a couple of ghosts out. And he's going Cryo Troopers, which Ghost can deal with very well as well.
The enemy sent vehicles after us. Over.
There's no upgraded coming out of Power Modes. This is really an all-in here. His eco is just shot. He's got a production building. He's got no minis.
We're being assaulted by enemy vehicles.
Ghosts in the middle of the map, though, they're just cutting off the reinforcements.
Marines are ready to go.
So the Cryo Troopers are just getting picked off by Ghosts in the middle of the map. Very smart play by Saviour. He has the numbers in the middle to pick off the Cryo Troopers, and when he finally masses enough Ghosts, he can come in and just ram the Bison to death. Hopefully.
But just those two harvesters alone, even though his main base is frozen, there's still enough blue to be able to consistently pump ghosts from these side minis that he's picked up early on here.
Yeah, and
So
Moes
it's
has
definitely
no
gonna be an issue
minis.
for...
Like, this was an all-in
Yeah,
push
exactly.
for Moes, and Saviour's stopping it in the middle. He needs to stop building Cryo Troopers now, pick up some minis, help his eco out, while he's slowing Saviour's down.
Marines under fire.
Yeah, and he doesn't even
from
have an upgraded gen here, so he's got to work on that, but... the more time that allots here, and the more units that Savior picks off with the shielded ghosting, he's going to come in and ram that leader to death, possibly use a beam as well to help clean it up to preserve some of these units. I mean, but Moes is barely getting second point, and Savior is already a third way there.
Eco's looking really good for Saviour. Not.
And it's
Well,
just
he
because
has-
of those two side units.
Here we go. Now look, he's masked all these ghosts. He's going to go in and ram the Bison. And Moes resigns as soon as they reach it. So that's going to be 3-0 to Saviour. He's going to be moving on to the grand finals.
And that is our grand finalist from the winner's bracket. We have to rotate down to loser's bracket, but this is the experience level that you see coming out of Savior. He had no idea this was coming until it was too late, and he knew exactly how to deal with it. He upgraded the pads at home to be able to still continue to push his ego through the freeze like that. Had two side wings of minis there, which he was able to pump, and he caught all the daisy chaining units as they were coming across the field. So it was coming down to literally only the Bison at his base. Well played by Savior. Had no idea that was coming and stopped it very, very easily. Again, Power Moes is going to be knocked down out of winners bracket finals into the finals of losers bracket. Let's take a look at the live feed of the bracket here, but we do have our grand finalist, Savior, aka Diversa V1, who has soared through winners bracket.